What happens when a struggling tailor pours his heart into creating a masterpiece, only to have it rejected by a celebrity? This is the story of Eli, a tailor who transformed one moment of rejection into a journey that took him from a small shop to the global stage. With resilience, creativity, and an unexpected partnership with Snoop Dogg, Eli's suit became a symbol of perseverance and success. Stay tuned to discover how a single design changed their lives and the fashion world forever. On a quiet street in downtown Los Angeles, a small, unassuming tailor shop stood wedged between larger, flashier storefronts. The faded sign above the door read, "Eli's Custom Tailoring, Craftsmanship from the Heart." Inside, Eli Johnson, a middle-aged tailor with calloused hands and a meticulous eye for detail, worked tirelessly. Eli's shop had been struggling to stay afloat for years, as fast fashion and high-end boutiques dominated the market. Still, he took pride in his craft, creating bespoke suits that were works of art. One afternoon, the doorbell jingled as none other than Snoop Dogg strolled into the shop, accompanied by a couple of his entourage. Snoop had been wandering the area and decided to step inside on a whim. Eli's eyes widened in surprise. "Mr. Dogg, welcome to my shop," he said, extending a hand nervously. Snoop nodded coolly, glancing around at the modest space. "I need a custom suit," he said, his tone casual but firm. "Something fresh, something no one else has." Eli smiled warmly. "You've come to the right place. Let me show you some designs." Eli worked for hours, carefully sketching designs and measuring Snoop. He poured his heart into the project, determined to create something that would showcase his skills. When the suit was finally ready, Eli presented it to Snoop with pride. It was a bold creation, sleek, tailored perfectly, and featuring intricate hand-stitched details inspired by Snoop's music career. But Snoop's reaction wasn't what Eli expected. "This ain't it," Snoop said, holding the suit up with a frown. "It's too old school. Doesn't match my vibe." Eli's heart sank. "I can make adjustments," he offered. "Nah," Snoop replied, handing the suit back. "You've got talent, but this ain't what I'm looking for." With that, he walked out, leaving Eli crushed. Eli sat alone in his shop that evening, staring at the suit he had poured his soul into. "Maybe I'm not good enough anymore," he muttered to himself. But deep down, he knew he couldn't give up. What he didn't know was that the suit he had created was about to change his life and the world in ways he could never imagine. Days after Snoop Dogg's rejection, Eli sat at his quiet shop, replaying the moment in his head. He felt dejected but knew that giving up wasn't an option. His craft was his identity, and he wasn't about to let one setback define him. Eli decided to take a chance. If Snoop didn't want the suit, he'd find someone who did, or better yet, he'd showcase it himself. He pulled out his old camera, cleared a corner of the shop, and set up a makeshift photo shoot. He draped the suit on a mannequin, carefully adjusting every detail to ensure it looked perfect. Then, he added accessories, a vintage pocket square, a sleek tie, and polished shoes. With a simple backdrop and dramatic lighting, Eli captured the suit from every angle, highlighting its intricate stitching and bold design. Eli uploaded the photos to his barely active social media account, adding a heartfelt caption. "This suit was crafted with love and precision. It's more than fabric and thread. It's a story, a celebration of individuality and craftsmanship. Hashtag handmade, hashtag tailoring art, hashtag bespoke fashion." Initially, the post gained little traction. But overnight, something unexpected happened. A local influencer with a passion for unique fashion stumbled upon the post and shared it with her followers, writing, "This is stunning. Why aren't we talking about it? Eli Tailoring's incredible work." The post went viral. Within days, Eli's inbox was flooded with messages from people asking about the suit, his process, and whether he could create something for them. The buzz around Eli's suit eventually caught the attention of a rising music artist, Maya Luna, known for her bold and unconventional style. She reached out to Eli saying, "I saw your suit online. It's incredible. Can you design something for my next performance?" Eli agreed, pouring his energy into creating a striking new piece. When Maya wore the outfit on stage, the photos and videos exploded across social media. Fashion blogs and magazines began featuring Eli's work, praising his craftsmanship and unique vision. Meanwhile, Snoop Dogg's publicist, Denise, showed him a trending article titled, "From Rejection to Recognition: How a Tailor's Suit Became a Global Sensation." "That's the suit I turned down?" Snoop asked, raising an eyebrow as he looked at the photos. "Yep," Denise replied, "and now everyone's talking about it. Looks like you missed out." Snoop leaned back, a mix of surprise and respect flashing across his face. "Guess I did," he muttered. As Eli's designs gained more attention, orders began pouring in from across the country. But Eli's biggest challenge was yet to come, a call from Snoop Dogg himself, asking to meet again. Would Eli take the meeting? And if he did, how would he respond to the man who once dismissed him? The sound of the shop bell jingling startled Eli, who was busy sketching a new design. He looked up and froze. Snoop Dogg, dressed in a sharp black hoodie and sunglasses, stood at the entrance, his demeanor calm but purposeful. "Mind if we talk?" Snoop asked, his voice carrying none of the casual dismissal from their last encounter. Eli hesitated before nodding. "Of course. Come in." Snoop sat down, removing his sunglasses to reveal an earnest expression. "I messed up, man," he began. "When I walked into your shop, I wasn't thinking about the work or the effort you put into your craft. I just dismissed it without a second thought, and that was wrong." Eli listened silently, his emotions a mix of disbelief and cautious curiosity. "That suit you made?" Snoop continued. "It's fire. I've been seeing it everywhere, and I realized I let my ego get in the way. I came here to apologize and ask if you'd give me another chance to work with you." Eli leaned back, studying Snoop for a moment. "I appreciate your words," he said, "but it's not just about making a suit. What I do is about telling a story, about celebrating individuality and craft. If we're going to work together, you have to trust me to do what I do best." Snoop smiled. "Fair enough. Let's make it happen." Over the next few weeks, Eli and Snoop worked together on a new design. This time, Snoop opened up about his life and his vision, allowing Eli to create something that truly reflected his personality and journey. The suit was bold yet refined, a sleek black design with gold accents, featuring subtle embroidery that paid homage to Snoop's music career and cultural impact. On the inner lining, Eli stitched the words, "Every thread tells a story." When the suit was finished, Snoop tried it on and stood in front of the shop's full-length mirror. His expression said it all. "This is it," he said, grinning. "This is me." Snoop debuted the suit at a high-profile awards show, walking the red carpet with confidence. The suit immediately became the talk of the event, with reporters and fashion critics praising its unique design and craftsmanship. When asked about the suit, Snoop said, "This was made by Eli Johnson, a tailor who's not just good, he's great. He took my story and turned it into art." The endorsement catapulted Eli's shop into the spotlight. Orders poured in from celebrities, designers, and fashion houses wanting to collaborate with him. As Eli's business grew, Snoop approached him with an unexpected idea. "What if we take your designs to the next level? I'm talking about launching a full fashion line." "You in?" Eli paused, overwhelmed by the possibilities. Was he ready to expand beyond his small shop and enter the global fashion industry? The idea of launching a fashion line with Snoop Dogg was both exhilarating and terrifying for Eli. His small shop had always been his sanctuary, a place where he could focus on the art of tailoring. But now, the opportunity to take his designs to a global audience was within reach. After a long night of contemplation, Eli called Snoop. "I'm in," he said. "But this has to stay true to what I stand for: authenticity, craftsmanship, and individuality." Snoop grinned on the other end of the line. "That's exactly what we're going to do, my man." Eli and Snoop decided to name the fashion line Threads by Eli. The vision was clear: to create clothing that combined traditional craftsmanship with bold, modern designs. Every piece would carry a unique story, just like the original suit Eli had crafted. They assembled a team of skilled artisans and young designers, blending Eli's old-school tailoring techniques with innovative ideas. The collection included custom suits, jackets, and accessories, each featuring intricate details inspired by music, culture, and individuality. Snoop became the face of the brand, promoting it on social media and at public events. Behind the scenes, he gave Eli the freedom to lead the creative direction while offering his insights on what would resonate with the audience. The debut of Threads by Eli was held in Los Angeles at a lavish venue transformed into an art gallery. Each outfit was displayed like a masterpiece, with spotlights highlighting the fine stitching, bold colors, and unique designs. Celebrities, influencers, and fashion critics flocked to the event. Snoop opened the night with a speech. "Tonight, we're celebrating more than just clothes," he said. "We're celebrating the stories behind them, the craft, and the resilience it takes to follow your dreams." Eli didn't just make a suit. He started a movement. The crowd erupted in applause as Eli stepped onto the stage, visibly emotional. "This line represents everyone who's ever been told they're not good enough," Eli said. "Because we all have a story worth telling." The collection was an instant success. Fashion magazines hailed it as a fresh, authentic take on high fashion, and sales soared. Threads by Eli became a symbol of creativity and perseverance, attracting customers who wanted more than just clothes. They wanted a connection. Eli's shop transformed into a bustling studio, where he continued to mentor young tailors and work on custom pieces. Despite his newfound fame, he never lost sight of his roots. As the brand grew, Snoop approached Eli with another ambitious idea. "Let's take this to Paris Fashion Week. We've conquered LA. Now it's time to show the world what we're about." Eli smiled nervously. "Paris, huh? That's a big leap." "Big leaps are what got us here," Snoop said, patting Eli on the back. Would Eli's designs resonate on the world's most prestigious stage? Or would the pressure of global recognition prove too much? Paris Fashion Week, where the world's most elite designers showcase their art to global audiences. For Eli, the idea of presenting his collection on this grand stage felt surreal. Yet, here he was, standing backstage at the prestigious venue, surrounded by models dressed in the finest creations from Threads by Eli. Beside him stood Snoop Dogg, his presence as commanding as ever. "You ready for this?" Snoop asked, flashing a reassuring smile. Eli took a deep breath. "As ready as I'll ever be." The show began with a dramatic flair. The lights dimmed, and a single spotlight illuminated the runway as the first model stepped out, wearing the now iconic black and gold suit that had started it all. The crowd murmured in admiration, and cameras flashed wildly. Each piece that followed told a story. There were sleek, modern designs inspired by music, traditional cuts with intricate hand-stitched details, and bold, avant-garde pieces that pushed the boundaries of fashion. The collection blended Eli's craftsmanship with Snoop's larger-than-life personality, creating something truly unique. As the models walked, a soulful instrumental track played in the background, an original composition by Snoop, written specifically for the show. When the final model walked the runway, the crowd erupted into applause. Fashion critics, celebrities, and industry icons stood to their feet, cheering. Eli and Snoop stepped onto the runway together for the closing bow. Eli, dressed in a tailored navy suit from his own collection, looked out at the crowd with tears in his eyes. Snoop, in a custom white suit with gold accents, raised his arms triumphantly. "This is for the dreamers," Snoop shouted into the mic, his voice echoing through the venue. "For anyone who's ever been doubted. Look where we are now." The applause grew even louder as Eli spoke. "This isn't just my story," he said, his voice steady despite the emotion. "It's about believing in your craft, no matter what. Thank you for seeing us, and for letting us share our vision with the world." The Paris showcase was hailed as a triumph. Critics praised Eli's ability to blend timeless craftsmanship with bold innovation. Orders for Threads by Eli poured in from fashion houses, boutiques, and individual clients around the globe. The collection's impact went beyond fashion. It inspired countless stories about perseverance and creativity. Interviews with Eli and Snoop became viral hits, with headlines like, "From small shop to global stage, how a tailor and a rap legend changed fashion forever." Despite the newfound global fame, Eli made it a point to return to his small shop in Los Angeles. He transformed it into a community space where young designers and tailors could learn the craft. On weekends, he hosted free workshops, sharing his journey and encouraging others to chase their dreams. Snoop often stopped by, his presence a reminder of how one moment of dismissal had turned into a lifelong friendship and partnership. Years later, Eli stood in his shop, gazing at a framed photo of himself and Snoop at Paris Fashion Week. The original black and gold suit was displayed in a glass case nearby, a symbol of how far they'd come. The doorbell jingled, and in walked a young tailor, clutching a portfolio of designs. "I heard you give advice to people like me," the young man said nervously. Eli smiled warmly. "Come in. Let's see what you've got." From behind the counter, Snoop chimed in with a grin, "And if you've got talent, we'll make sure the world sees it." As the camera panned out, the sign above the door gleamed in the sunlight. Threads by Eli, where every stitch tells a story. Eli's journey from a struggling tailor to a global sensation is proof that rejection isn't the end. It's just the beginning. Through resilience, creativity, and an unexpected partnership, he turned doubt into triumph and inspired the world. What did you think of this incredible story? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'll try to reply to as many as I can. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales like this one. See you in the next video.